Welcome to Volatility 411 for Equity Armor Investments. I'm Joe Tigay. Now let's get right into it. Now this is a volatility show. The VIX we often talk about, and that is the implied volatility index we all know and love. Now that is considered a really important indicator for the risk in the market. Now there's a lot of things people use to protect their risk, which is really acting strange out there, which I want to get into. The first, of course, is bonds. Everyone knows that people like to have bonds and equity exposure. Usually they move the opposite direction. So far this year, we have not been seeing that. Bonds are coming in at the same time as tech. That's something I'm watching and concerned about. Of course, people pricing in inflation. They've been pricing in inflation forever. I'm more in the camp of I'll see it when I believe it, or believe it when I see it. We'll see how that plays out the rest of the year. So that's the first thing. The next thing that's really fascinating this week specifically, I've been watching it on Twitter. If you follow me, is that the NASDAQ 50-day moving average. It's having this yo-yo effect. It's off again, on again. This risk up and down, and people unfortunately sometimes use that 50-day moving average as dial up, dial down, risk on, risk off metric. There's some forced buying above it, some forced selling below it, and unfortunately those funds are getting chewed up this week. So that's two risk strategies which are not working so far. Long volatility with the market, that is working if it can be traded appropriately. So that's what we're watching with the VIX. Of course, the VIX is up today. NASDAQ down, tech doing the worst, value doing the best. And for me, if tech makes a new lower low, I would be concerned about the downside, but I don't think that happens while at the same time we're seeing such strong performances out of value. I think there will be some stabilization in these tech names. Maybe there will be some consolidation as value catches up. That would be the base case for me. We'll see what happens. Obviously, underneath the surface, we still have a high skew. That means if the market goes lower, the VIX will go up faster. One thing we're watching, and the VVIX also still high. People are expecting a lot of movement in the short term for the VIX futures. For Equity Armor Investments, I'm Joe Tigay.